Off the play fake. Love. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready, check it right.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Washington. Nick Chubb, 79 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan there on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Here's Hines. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Love flushed out right. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson slings this deep from McLaurin. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 66 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. A huge play there for Houston. 73 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run with Hines. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. Hopefully, he'll be kicking extra points instead.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Parnell gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. From the gun on third down. Love nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports.
14, Texans 6.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
At the 16-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Check it out, Reed. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Cracks. He gets it.
From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down. Love to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check 59, right? Go. 59, right? 59. Mike 59. Trump.
Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off play action. Love. Being chased out left. That's complete. It's Charles. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the...
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Badgley on for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Back to throw. Love. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Stepping up, he'll try and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and 4. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to... The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget.
And this is taken in at the 5. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. it's halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Second and goal from the 1. Now it's Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Nick Chubb, as the first half is wide. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there just before halftime. 67 yards. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive
and a big loss here as he's taken down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Now Jackson slings this deep from McLaurin. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And down he'll go at the 25. He'll get 15 there as he kept it himself, yet it will still lead to a fourth down. The Redskins send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. Love steps away to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Love. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's fourth down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team is playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Throwing on second and 8. Jackson buying time to his left. And this will be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
He'll live to fight another down, right?
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
midfield and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Jackson from the shotgun. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it into the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. On first down, Parnell. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
Off the play fake. Love. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. There he goes, right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
To throw on 2nd down. Love forced out to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
Operating from the gun. Love. Going right side here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 54 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Nick Chubb with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. From the gun, Jackson, that's caught. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what...
It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Love rolling to his right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 21 yards away. And the Texans get a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson dancing to his left.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw again. Being chased out left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. The 20, 10. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that kicks for.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he will have a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Redskins take over. Let's go. Do it. At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 31-yard line.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
But it brings up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one is right down the middle. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now this throw caught left side. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll try and run it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll run on first down. Parnell. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
After the interception, here's Jackson. So the inability there to get the 2-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Redskins, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.